Okay, so good day everyone. So before we continue our discussion with other software related or used by industrial engineers, let me share you something about Six Sigma. So our next software kasi is Minitab, wherein in Minitab, we have to understand then ano ba yung Six Sigma? Kasi napakalaking usage ng Minitab pagdating sa Six Sigma methodology. So let me share my screen first. So this will be a short discussion lang about Six Sigma. So ano ba si Six Sigma? So sabi dito, Six Sigma or the Six Sigma is both a methodology for process improvement and a statistical concept that seeks to define the variation inherent in any process. So the overreaching premise of Six Sigma is that the variation in a process leads to opportunities for error. So opportunities for error then lead to risk for product defects. So in our production kasi, if the kung mataas yung opportunities of error dun sa mga processes natin, dun sa ating mga products, so it can lead to customer claim na kung saan yung defect, yung mga error na meron tayo is maarating dun kay customer. So these product defects, whether intangible or tangible process or a service, lead to poor customer satisfaction. So it means if poor yung ating customer satisfaction, kasunod nun, bababa yung sales natin. So by working to reduce variation and opportunities for error, the Six Sigma method ultimately reduces process costs and increase customers' satisfaction. So aligned with our goal to improve our sales of our business. So if we create or if we improve internally on our system, so it will produce or create customers' satisfaction. In Six Sigma, so data is very important. We have to provide all the data we needed in order to identify the problem and provide concrete solutions. So in applying Six Sigma, organization teams and project managers seek to implement strategies that are based on measurement and metrics. Historically, many business leaders made decisions based on intuition or experience. So hindi naman natin maaalis yun, especially for those for those workers or those leaders na madami ng experience. Sometimes, yung experience na napagdaanan nila, yun yung ginagamit nila in making business decisions. Despite some belief in various industries, Six Sigma doesn't remove the need for experience, leadership. It doesn't negate the importance of intuition, in any process. So instead, Six Sigma works alongside other skills, experience, and knowledge to provide a mathematical and statistical foundation for decision making. So sinasabi lang naman dito na in terms of organizing or managing a business, napakahalaga yung experience, but still we need to apply the statistical foundation, mathematical foundation in decision making. So in Six Sigma, Six Sigma is a statistical representation for what many experts call perfect process. When we say kasi Six Sigma, it pertains to 3.4 defects per million opportunities. So it means if we are going to produce 1 million products or serve 1 million services, our limit is up to 3.4 defect lang. Kaya siya tinawag na perfect process. Kasi sobrang liit ng limit niya pagdating sa mga defect. Or 99.99966% of the product from Six Sigma process are without defect. Or we assure na wala siyang defect. So other Sigma level, we have here 2 Sigma, 3 Sigma, 4 Sigma, and 5 Sigma, wherein it differs from defect rate and the yield. So this is the process Sigma table. So in Six Sigma, our target is to have a 3.4 defect per million opportunities. So there are 6 common Six Sigma principles. Or ano ba yung meron kay Six Sigma? First is the customer focus improvement. So in Six Sigma, it doesn't just make improvements for the sake of driving up Sigma levels. So the primary principle of this methodology is focus on the customer. So as you can remember, the voice of the customer and the ways of establishing ano ba yung gusto ng customer pagdating sa product or sa services. So by combining the knowledge with measurement, statistics, and process improvement methods, organization increase customer satisfaction, ultimately improving or increasing the profit, customer retention, and as well as the loyalty. So a detailed understanding of the customer and the customer's desires not only lets businesses customize product offerings and services, but it also lets organization offer additional features customers what are willing to pay for. Ano ba yung hinahanap ng customers? Ano ba yung kaya nilang bayaran? So yun yung ibibigay natin sa kanila. Prioritize product development to meet current needs. So yun, in terms of research and development, ano ba yung kailangan ng market? Ano ba yung kailangan ng customers ko? So dito papasok yun. Develop new ideas based on customer feedback. Understand changing trends in the market. Identify areas of concern. Prioritize work on challenges based on how customers perceive various problems or issues. And lastly, test solutions and ideas before investing time and money in them. So that is Six Sigma. It is a customer focus improvement. Another principle of Six Sigma is continuous process improvement. An organization that completely adopts a Six Sigma methodology never stops improving. It identifies and prioritizes areas of opportunities on a continuous basis. Once when an area is improved upon, the organization moves on improving another area. Or, mas ini-improve pa nila yung area na na-improve nila previously. So yun tayo as part of our Kaizen or continuous improvement, especially if you are willing to work in a Japanese company, it is very popular that the job of an industrial engineer is problem solvers or improvement seekers. So we are not stopping or we are not settling lang sa ganitong level. So sometimes, china-challenge natin yung sarili natin in order to improve again dun sa area, sa ating area. The third common principle of Six Sigma is the variation. So when we say variation, it pertains to the difference of data between dun sa desired data na meron dapat tayo. One of the ways to continuously improve a process is to reduce the variation in the process. For example, not only on the process of creating products, but also in the process of serving or giving services. For example, in a pizzeria or in a pizza store, the variation is the quantity or the amount of cheese you're going to put on a pizza, the tomato sauce, or the ingredients. So what we are going to do for Six Sigma is to reduce the variation. Kumbaga, every time we serve pizza, kailangan same lang siya ng content or same lang siya ng amount ng ingredients. While on the service type, so yun yung example natin sa call center na kung saan some of the call center office or the BPO is meron silang mga references, ano ba yung dapat sasabihin ng isang call center dun sa kanilang clients. So in that way, nare-reduce yung variation natin in giving services. Number 4 is removing waste. So in IE, we have 8 ways. So in Six Sigma, so ito yung ginagamit din natin in order to reduce those waste. So removing waste, items, actions, or people that are necessary to the outcome of a process. Reduces processing time, opportunities for error, and overall cost. While waste is a major concern in the Six Sigma methodology, the concept of waste comes from a methodology known as lean process management. So, si Sigma kasi nanggaling siya talaga, actually it started with lean process management wherein we are aiming a zero waste process or zero waste production. Later on, we will run through ano ba yung different ways or different ways na meron tayo sa ating sa industries or sa productions. Number 5, the fifth common Six Sigma principle is equipping people. I'm sorry, hindi ko nabago yung definition. But for in equipping people, so implementing improved processes is a temporary measures unless organization equip their employees working with processes to monitor and maintain improvements. After we improve the processes, syempre, we have to improve din yung ating manpower, yung ating workforce. Kasi sila yung gagawa ng process, sila yung gagawa ng, sila yung, kumbaga, in terms of production line, mga operators natin, sila yung gagawa ng process na in-improve natin. So in most organization, process improvement includes two-pronged approach. First is a process improvement team comprised of a project management, methodology expert, and subject matter expert that define, plan, and implement an improvement. The team then equips the employees who work directly with the processes. So kung sa isang production na ito ay mga operators natin, so they are the one who will control and manage the process in its improved state. So we have to equip them na gawin yung ginawa nating improve na process. And the last common Six Sigma principle is controlling the process. After we improve the process, so we have to control na and we have to maintain na yun yung nangyayari or yun yung nangyayari kay production. So often Six Sigma improvement address processes that are out of control, out of control processes meet specific statistical requirements. So the goal of improvement is to bring process back within a state of statistical control. Then after improvements are implemented, measurements, statistics, and other Six Sigma tools are used to ensure that the process remains in control. So in terms of controlling process, we have here different statistical tools like the C chart, the P chart. So those statistical tool ay pwede rin natin siyang magamit, pwede natin siyang palabasin with the use of our Minitab. Okay? So part of any continuous improvement processes is ensuring such controls are put in place and that the employees who are hands-on on the process on a regular basis know how to use yung control or hindi na gamitin, no, kumbaga nakikita nila, alam nila anong ibig sabihin ng mga control charts na meron tayo. So kailan ba natin ginagamit si Six Sigma? First is when facing a known. Hindi natin alam kung ano yung problema. Hindi natin alam ano yung root cause ng problema. Number two, when problems are widespread and not defined. Yes, alam natin yung problema. For example, we encounter a lot of defects. Doon sa una kasi parang, for example, nagkakaroon tayo ng profit loss. So doon medyo hindi natin alam ano yung profit loss, ano yung reason kung bakit tayo may profit loss. And number two, when problems are widespread and not defined. So for example, we encounter different kind of defects in our production. Sobrang dami, hindi natin alam alin ba dun yung unahin, alin yung priority, alin yung mas kailangan natin tutukan. So we use Six Sigma to identify those problems and define ano yung kailangan natin gawin. Number three is when solving complex problems. So Six Sigma, pag isa lang kasi yung problem natin, alam natin yung problema natin, hindi na natin kailangan masyado si Six Sigma because alam na natin kung ano yung gagawin natin. Alam na natin yung tututukan natin problem. And the last one is when costs are closely tied to process. So in Six Sigma kasi, for example, if you're going to reduce the waste, so those waste kasi it's a loss for a company. So when the process are tied to cost, most likely ginagamit natin si Six Sigma in order to reduce cost of the overall of the business. Cost of producing a product. So here is the 7 MUDA. I know that familiar naman kayo dito sa 7 MUDA, which is the overproduction or labis dun sa kailangan lang ng market, the correction of the rework, the inventory, kasi hindi na maganda masyado maraming inventory. Pwede rin kasing, kunyari, kagaya ng pagkain, so pwede siyang mahatong sa pagkapanis. Or damage din pagdating dun sa mga other products natin. Okay? The number 4 is the motion, na kung saan pwede naman natin siyang tanggalin. So it adds to the process time. The fifth one is the transportation, the over-processing, and the last one is the waiting. So those are the 7 MUDA or the 7 ways. But there are other ways na pwede tayo mag-focus. First, the talent. Kumbaga, our people have the talent or ideas na pwede natin gamitin but the company ay hindi na nagagamit o hindi natin napapakinabangan. Because sometimes nagkaaroon tayo ng maling allocation ng manpower based on sa job. So, for example, ako, I'm part of the production side, but I have idea or I'm a certified in terms of I am certified in managed operation sequence technique that pertains to designing a process. So, hindi ko siya nagagamit sa part trabaho ko ngayon kasi nga, iba yung allocation ko. So, kumaga, waste yun para sa akin or waste din para sa company. And the last one is the capital or cash. Siyempre, kung yung cash, meron tayong cash na nakatenga lang, sobrang laki ng capital natin na wala tayong pinagagamitan, na hindi nag-a-add doon sa sales natin or doon sa on creating value dun sa ating mga customers, wala lang din. Waste lang yung cash na yun. So parang ano ka lang, for example, nag-ipon ka ng 100,000 sa bangko, tapos nagkaroon lang siya ng interest na 10 pesos. Wherein, kung yung 100,000 yun is in-invest mo, for example, sa stock market, mas malaki yung makukuha mo. So, kapag ganun, meron tayong waste, which is yung cash. Kumbaga natetenga. So, in Six Sigma, our driving goal is to reduce defect. So by reducing defect, it can also increase productivity, decrease the overall cost, and increase customer satisfaction. That will lead to creation of the maximum profit. So one idea inherent in Six Sigma methodology is that variance is the root of many defects. So for example, here in the figure, as you can see the graph with less variation or less deviation compared to the graph with more deviation. So if we are going to set this one as the mean of our data, sabihin yung mga data natin, yung ibang data malapit dun sa mean. So yun yung sinasabi natin na less deviation. So in Six Sigma, there is a 5 basic LSS roadmap, which is the DMAIC, wherein first define in this process or in this step, we have to define the problem using gap between actual target. Ito yung target natin, ito yung actual. So the difference, the gap between them, that is our problem. We have to define that. And the scope, the SIPOC natin, the SIPOC, the supply, the input, the process, the output, and the customer. So by that methodology, we're able to identify ano yung mga process na valuable dun sa business natin. And number 2, we have to measure, verify data integrity with the use of measurement system analysis and the process capability analysis. Yung gap na to, how we are going to measure those gap para malaman natin gano'n siya kalaking problema. Number 3, analyze. Yung gap na to, ano yung reason? With the use of the process, the cause and effect, Pareto diagram, or we have to validate yung root cause like the use of correlation and regression. So, pwede natin siyang gamitin. Number 4, improve. So, improve process performance by weights. Yung 8W approach, wherein yung 8 ways, we can reduce that or eliminate yung 8 ways na yon. And the last one is control. So how we are going to control the process, we improve with the use of our control charts. So in Minitab, in defining, measure, analyze, improve, and control, we use the Minitab software in order to visualize yung process na ini-improve natin, visualize the problem, identify the root cause, and provide concrete countermeasure. So we use Minitab in all process of Six Sigma. So after this discussion, we are going to discuss the how we are going to use the Minitab. So share ko lang din, there are 5 level of Six Sigma certification. If you are willing to be certified in Lean Six Sigma, so actually ako encourage ko kayo na magpa-certify sa Lean Six Sigma because if you are into process improvement, QCC, quality control groups, yun yung target yung trabaho, maganda na meron kayong certification sa Lean Six Sigma. So we have here the white belt, the yellow belt, the green belt, the black belt, and the master black belt. So kailangan lang talaga pag-ipunan natin yung certification niya kasi medyo mahal. For green belt, almost meron kasi dyan 20,000, 15, siguro 15,000 yung pinakamura kong nalaman. For yellow belt, pinakamura ko, alam ko 4, mahal na 8K. For the white belt, alam ko meron nag-offer nito ng libre. But for the black belt and the master black belt, yan, medyo kailangan malaking ipunan talaga yan. Kasi nga, medyo mahirap na yung certification na yan. Okay? So, kung ako, in-encourage ko kayo na mag-take kayo ng certification. Okay? So, it is a short discussion about the Lean Six Sigma. I just want to share lang yan, this guys, sa inyo kasi nga, magagamit natin siya sa next discussion natin, which is the use of the Minitab software. Okay? So, if you have any other question about Six Sigma, don't hesitate to message me on our group chat or PM me. So, I will entertain those questions. Okay? So, if you have, so that would be all. Thank you, everyone.